Welcome to my YouTube. I'm becoming E. You can call me Elizabeth, you can call me Liz, or just E is fine, whichever you prefer. I recently started this YouTube and I am just building up content for you guys so that I can be sure to give you the best of me. If it seems that I'm nervous, I probably am, but that's okay. We're working on it. I kind of changed up a little bit in my room. This is my first video with my room changed around like this. I have a filming section now in my desk. I might change it around again. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So let's get right into this video. This is about how I keep myself motivated. I will be speaking to you though, because these are all ways that I feel like everybody can stay motivated. It's not just for me. I've talked to a lot of people. I come in contact with a lot of people on the daily, whether it be people who believe in God, people who have a spiritual connection with whomever, or not. Talk to a couple people who are strong pillars of the community. I feel like everybody can get something from this. So this is just a video about how I keep myself motivated, because for one, I still work my regular job along with dealing with YouTube, and I'm also doing some business ventures. I recently started selling hand sanitizer, and that's been doing really good. Due to this coronavirus pandemic that we're in, a lot of people aren't able to purchase hand sanitizer, and I think it's cool that I'm able to make it and I'm able to provide for those who aren't able to get it. I'm thinking about Lysol wipes and Clorox wipes. I'll just have to do my research on it, so stay tuned. I may do it and I may not. So yeah. Now, I did write quite a few things down, so I'm going to be referring to my notes as I talk. So motivation is important because you always want to have something that you look forward to, and that is something to keep you motivated. A lot of people fall into depression and they sink into a deep, dark place. I know about those dark places, and they were my least favorite times in my 24 years, almost 25 years of living. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to really look at anybody. I didn't want anyone looking at me. And it wasn't because I didn't know that I could do something. It was that I was so afraid to do it, and I didn't motivate myself to do it. I just said, no, you shouldn't do it, or no, you can't do it. So that is an issue that we have to face head on, because if you don't have anything that motivates you, if you don't believe that you have a purpose, then I don't know, like I don't want anyone to feel the way that I felt for years. You know, I'm just now getting to a point where I'm pushing myself to do stuff and I'm motivating myself. I wake up every morning with motivation. That's the main thing. I'm thankful. I give God all the thanks, but I also motivate myself because I have so many goals and I can't accomplish those goals without that motivation. So number one, I would say figure out your main goal. Every puzzle piece is to fit somewhere. So at the end, you'll get the big picture. But if you didn't have those pieces to begin with, then what? A drawing, a painting, it ends up something, but it started off as pretty much nothing, you know? So you have to focus on what you want. What do you want to do? What if you want to work at your job that you're currently at for the rest of your life and move up? Okay, but you have to make steps to move up. The job that I'm at, they are adamant about me moving up and taking it to the top, which could possibly happen. I could go corporate and do all those things, but at this point right now, that's not what I'm taking steps towards doing, which is okay with me. I'm fine working the hours that I work and then being able to come and give you guys content along with my other business ventures. And after this pandemic, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I'm very confident in my relationship with God. So, you know, that's something that I look forward to discussing with you further later on in life. But yes, you cannot get where you want to get without knowing where you want to go. You don't have to have it all figured out, but at least set a 1-year goal. 3-month goals work really good, believe it or not. I set 3-month goals recently and I've already exceeded them, oddly enough. So 3-month goals, you know, and every week start out your week. My week for me, my work week starts on Saturday, but my regular week starts on Sunday. So every Sunday after church, you know, sometimes during church, whenever we get a break, I jot down some things. I make a plan of everything that I have to do for the week. So I know what I need to get done. And literally, lately, all of those things have happened. And that's unusual for me because usually I'll make this whole list. I have a planner that I'll use and I don't do it. But lately, over the past couple of months, I have been actually focusing and getting those things done. Do they require me to stay up a little later than I'd like to, even when I have to be to work for 6 or 7? Yes, they do. But I still come in, I still get it done because I know my ultimate goal. So I just want you guys to really sit down, take a minute. Take a minute, talk to God, talk to, you know, yourself if you have to, and ask yourself, you know, what do I really want to do? What is something that I'm passionate about? Usually, if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to want to do it. I am not passionate about my 9 to 5, but I go and my mindset is always, okay, you're here, make the best of it. And it doesn't always work that way. Don't get me wrong. It does not always work that way. But I still go and I do it. Get the shift over with. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you, God, for getting me through the shift. Tomorrow will be a better day. Period. So just sit down and make a list. It probably is several things that you want to accomplish. I have several things that I want to accomplish. So with those several things, don't overwhelm yourself. Get one thing and work on it. Then get another thing and work on it. And you can be working on those things at the same time, but if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, you need to take a look and, you know, find the one thing that makes you feel the best or that you want to get accomplished the soonest and work on that. The second thing, challenge yourself. When I made my first YouTube video, I was challenging myself. I had just got off of work. I was so tired. It was like tax season and it wasn't that long ago, but this coronavirus hadn't even made its mark like it has yet. So it was kind of the beginning. You were hearing about it, but it wasn't really how it is now. There was no shutdowns, no lockdowns or anything like that. So I was just like, okay, let me make my first YouTube video, not even thinking of what was about to come. So when I made that video, I was like, okay, you made it. I waited 3 days to edit it. I didn't post it until I was ready, but I still was challenging myself because I wanted this YouTube thing to work. I didn't want to just make a video and then have it sitting there. I went and I looked up so much editing software. I went and this is how I knew I was really gonna do it. I bought a GoPro. The cheapest person in the world the only thing that I will spend real money on is my electronics, like my phone, my watch, my AirPods. I have wanted a Canon for the longest, but I saw a GoPro in Target and I was like, you know what? This would be perfect for what I'm trying to do. You know, it's not too expensive, but you know, all right. So I went to Target and I was like, ooh, this is a pretty penny for me to be dropping. And so then this lady I was talking to, she said, well, you don't have to get this one because this one is kind of for this and this, because she has both GoPros. She was like, you could get this one and it'll do the same functions. You just don't have the rechargeable battery and blah, blah, blah. That's something I could do without. So I bought the GoPro and I was like, okay, this is awesome. It was ready for pickup immediately. I had a second church service in Texas, so I didn't go to get it that day. I went to get it the next day and I was super excited. I had already had like 50 views on my first video and I was so hyped. So if I didn't challenge myself, I would have never continued the path. I would have never continued doing what I'm doing. So, and don't get discouraged if when you challenge yourself, you don't quite make it to where you're wanting to be. You don't quite make the goal. You don't quite get to where you want it to be. You still made some progress. It may not have been where you wanted to go. You might not have been first place, but you placed still. If you gave it all you got, you still count it all joy. And then sit down, reevaluate your strategy, see what you could have done differently. That's where we mess up a lot of times. We don't look at the challenge and how we implemented the challenge. We just assume it's not gonna work. Nope, I can't do it. It's not true. When I'm at work, so many times things don't work out. Like, we have this handheld that we use and it stresses me out sometimes, but I always strategize. I'll think, okay, it's not working this way. Let me try this way. If it doesn't work either one of those ways, okay, let me try this way. Let me restart it. Let me reboot it. Let me do this. Let me see what's going on. There's always ways around it. A register was down for the longest. I came in and they were like, Liz, you gotta fix it. You gotta fix it. And I was like, okay, let me think. Did y'all do this? Did y'all do this? Okay, you gotta do it like this. I did my thing and it was fixed. And they were like, okay, show me what you did. And I showed them what I did. It doesn't always work that way. Oddly enough, it doesn't always work that way. But in that instance, it did work. Sometimes one thing is gonna work one time. It's not gonna work another time. That's just all a part of life. Some lessons that you learn are for that situation. Some challenges that you face are for a situation that you're not even going to face down the line, or you may never face. So even in your everyday life, you need to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to read the Bible and learn it, because that's important. Challenge yourself to get healthy, eat healthy, challenge yourself to exercise, because those are things that you can actually use in your everyday life. So I would just say, if it's a business goal, challenge yourself. Do the research. And if you guys want me to research some things and come forth with a video, let me know in the comment section or personal message, whatever you want to do. I'll leave all of my social media links down below so that you can contact me on any advice that you need. I know from my About Me, a couple of you did reach out and I was like, oh my God, but I really appreciate that. And I just want to be able to help you guys in your everyday life, because I feel like that's something that I can give. So I'm challenging myself, so don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Okay, number 3, y'all, this is so important, because this is something that I love to do, but sometimes I get so busy and so overwhelmed, I forget to do it. Like, I literally forget to do it. It's not like I'm just neglecting it. You need to eat, okay? You do. You need to eat. Not just snacking, not just nibbling. Eat. If you're dieting, if you're fasting, use your leader's instructions and God's instruction. Don't break your fast because you're hungry, or because Liz said you need to eat. No. If you're fasting or dieting, use precaution. But if you are not fasting and you are not dieting, eat. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. When I was in the Navy and I had gained a whole lot of weight and I started trying to lose it, I still ate 3 meals a day, but I cut back on what I was eating, and I ate really, really healthy items. But then, lately, as of late, my meals haven't been as healthy. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of times I don't find the time to cook. I need to find the time to cook. But I eat hefty meals and I'm fine with that. I'm not unhealthy. I go for my checkups and everything, I don't have any health issues. So I'm good. As far as me not eating, breakfast is not my favorite meal. I would eat a steak and potatoes for breakfast because I don't really like eggs. Bacon is not anywhere near my taste buds being happy. I do not like bacon at all, and I know I'm probably going to get judged. I don't like it. I had a very bad experience with it. I will tell you guys one day about it, but yeah. Bacon is a no-go for me, but breakfast isn't really my cup of tea. I do like cereal though. Like Honey Smacks, my favorite cereal. What else? I like pancakes over waffles. Don't really care for Waffle House or IHOP. Not really my favorite places, but yeah. But lunch and dinner, those are really my go-to meals. I still do, like, I'll bake some chocolate chip muffins. Sometimes I'll make blueberry muffins, but they're really not my favorite. Chocolate chip pancakes, those are my favorites. What else? I love chocolate. So those are some important things those are important meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are very essential to, I feel like we are using the word essential so much now since this pandemic, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner are essentials. Try not to skip your meals because it's just not good. Today, I skipped breakfast and lunch and I started feeling really, really bad. And usually it's not like that, so I really gotta get it together, because once I get a headache, I'm not your friend. And then with drinking water, drink water and get a lot of sleep. 8 hours at least, and with drinking water, when I'll drink root beer, I love root beer and sweet tea. When I drink root beer or sweet tea, I try to drink a bottle of water to chase it because that's what helps me. And I try not to, every time I go to the store, pick up a root beer or something. I've been drinking my watermelon water that I get from Target, and just water. Yeah, I picked these up. They're really, I like the Pure Life, Nestle Pure Life water. So don't really care and Aquafina water. I don't really care for Dasani water, but it's your preference. Water is not water to me, but yeah. So stay healthy, eat your 3 meals a day, get your sleep. Don't allow yourself to get drained, because I know a lot of people who get really angry whenever they don't sleep. It's so important to get sleep. A lot of people are like, I know people who are like, oh, I'm good, I got it. Not getting sleep starts to take a toll on your body, believe it or not, because you need your sleep. Like, you need to sleep. It's so important that you sleep, because honey, it's so important that you sleep, because if you get drained and if you start, to lose focus, lose motivation, because you're more tired than you are happy to be alive, then you're not gonna be able to produce the things that you need to produce, and you're not gonna be productive if you do start producing things. I know some businesses constantly keep producing stuff, especially if you have clientele that's up there, or with the music business, you got to keep putting stuff out. I know studios are open 3 and 4 in the morning, so you need to get sleep, because if not, you're gonna start looking like a bag lady. It's not gonna be cute. Ain't nobody gonna want you. And if you're a man, wrinkles, we don't want that. Number 5, I crack myself up. Like, if nobody thinks I'm funny, I think I'm funny. I should have added a laugh. Well, yeah. Anyway, this one is this the last one? No, this isn't the last one, but this one is probably the most vital one. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, this one is probably the most vital one. Positivity apps. Okay. The Bible app is definitely a good app for you to use, because it has plans, it has daily scriptures, it has, the plans are very motivational. Now there's a prayer line, and I hope they keep that. Now that this pandemic is going on, they've added it, and I hope they keep it. It's so important. It's so important for you to have some sort of a Bible app. It helps. It helps. Once you buckle down and focus, you can take 10-20 minutes out of your day to go and read your plan, study the plan. It's like a devotional. So you can do that. You can do that. Some apps that I've tried, aside from the YouVersion app, I have 2. Sprinkle of Jesus. That one is really good. It just had some typos when I was using it, and I mean, this doesn't really bother me, but it bothered me. So I went to look for another one, and I found this app called Motivation, and this is my go-to. Like, it not only gives you spiritual quotes, but it gives you quotes from famous authors or not so famous authors, that some that we know and some that you might have to look up. But it's important that we keep it, mixed, because there's a lot of wisdom in this world, and there's a lot of people who can give something. And I love the app, and there's a version that you can pay for, but I use the free version because I'm cheap. Yeah, so Sprinkle of Jesus, Motivation, and YouVersion, those are the ones that I've tried. I'm sure there's other apps that you can use. I know there's some that generate towards men, and then there's some that generate towards women. So that's good. And also another thing that you can do, write your favorite scriptures or quotes down on sticky notes and put them where you'll see them every day. I don't do this, but I think I'm gonna start doing it. Also follow positive social media sites. There are a lot of people to follow. That Joel Osteen is one of them. He is a very good motivational speaker. He will get you riled up and ready to go if you are having a bad day. And even TD Jakes and his daughter. There are a lot of positive role models that are walking this earth. So don't miss out on those jewels. Number 6 is smile. Do things that make you happy. I knew being my own boss would make me happy and make me fulfilled in the life God chose for me. So I made steps towards that finally. It's not easy for me to give up, and it's not easy for you to get me upset. I work hard, I pray, I see God in all things I do, and it makes me happy. I have tough days, but I always go back to the bigger picture. That takes me back to number 1. Focus on the bigger picture. If you have to plaster that big picture on the wall and look at it every single day until it makes you want to dig deeper, go further, do better, then do it. Do whatever you have to do to get to where you want to be. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anything stop you. And please, please, please keep in mind, God did not make anything for anyone easy. You don't want it to be easy. If you read all the parables in the Bible, all the stories, all of the revelation, it's not gonna be easy. Why would you even want anything that's gonna be easy? Not that you want it to be crazy hard to where you feel like, you know what, God, forget this. You don't want that, but you don't want it to be so easy that you can just go and grab it. A lot of the things that I got to, like I know with being store manager, when I was store manager, that was a hard accomplishment, but I did it. And I was so proud of myself. Now, I did step down for my own personal reasons because I knew that I was giving too much to this job and not getting enough back from it. So it caused me to just say, you know what? I'm going to pray on it, and then I got out of there. So I'm very proud of myself because had I not stopped that job and, stepped down, then I would have just been miserable and probably never even started doing what I wanted to do. I give up. You got this. You got this. Like, don't let anybody tell you any different. You can do it. Trust me, I know it's hard. I know sometimes you want to give up, but you cannot give up. And here is, for the ending, these are 5 motivational scriptures that I looked up myself. I'm not going to say the scripture, but I want you to go and look back on it, and maybe in the comment section we can have a little discussion. If y'all are up for it, I'm down. Isaiah 41:10, and I'll put them below or up, wherever. Isaiah 41:10, Deuteronomy 31:6, Isaiah 40:31, my personal favorite, Exodus 15:2, 2 Corinthians 12:9-10. So that is all that I have for you guys. I just want you to keep pushing, be encouraged. Everything is gonna work out. It might not seem like it, but everything is gonna be fine. If you're dealing with something stressful, please keep pushing. It's not the end of the world. I know it might feel like it, but you gotta keep pushing. Be encouraged. Encourage yourself and allow the people in your life that are being positive to come in and continue to be that support system that you need, because you do need some sort of a support system. Believe it or not, some of the people that are in my support system, I haven't known since, I've only known since this year, so that's crazy how many friends that I have grown to have in just these short months. So don't give up. There's something out there for you. You guys have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss anything, clearly.